Hi there, this is Karen from Soul Shimmer Designs, and today I wanted to show you how I made this set of 3 first Christmas tree decorations. I'm going to be using a blank wooden slice, an acrylic blank in the shape of a bauble, and one of these fillable baubles which I'll put glitter inside. The first thing I needed to do was decide on the designs that I wanted for each decal, and I got the basic designs from Creative Fabrica and just adjusted them to what I needed to personalise each bauble. The vinyl colours I chose were the silver hollow, the green shimmer, the mirror red chrome, a gorgeous pastel green, and the shimmer white. As always, the TeckWrap vinyl is an absolute dream to work with, and just using my weeding pen to get out the tiny pieces that sometimes the font, because it's a script font, can get caught up in between some of the letters. The weeding pen definitely makes this part of the process much easier. I'm also using HTV on the wooden blank bauble. Now it's time to separate each colour and put them into the correct pile for each different bauble. With some of these smaller pieces for the decals, I just use my weeding pen and my tweezers. It's just easier than trying to do it with transfer tape, and I had quite a few small hearts and leaves to move around and do that separately. This can just save you a little bit of time and a little bit of transfer tape as well. And the good thing with the TeckWrap vinyl is, unlike some other vinyls I've used, it's not sticky, so it's quite easy to place and replace. Putting together now the decal that's going on the wooden slice. This one is for the papa, and I'm just removing the backing sheet of the transfer tape and layering over the 2 parts. I have my HTV that I've cut out in a circle. It's not going to be a perfect match shape to the wooden circle, but that's okay. And I have my mini heat press, which I have on medium, and it's just a matter of going around and making sure that all parts of the HTV are stuck down onto the wooden slice, and that's how it's finished up. I use my X-Acto knife to cut a hole so the string can go there for the hanging onto the tree, and then it was time to place my decal. Possibly could have placed this a little bit to set more central, but that's okay, it still looks good, and I'm happy with the different colours that I've used on this one. I finished up with adding 2 stars on the side and removing a little piece that I'd forgotten, but that's it finished. Now onto the acrylic bauble, and the first thing you need to do with that is remove the covering. There's a covering on both sides, so remove the first one, and the weeding pen is perfect for getting that. Now I'm just layering my decal. They're quite easy to layer, these ones, and I'm using some parchment paper to make sure I get the line up of everything exactly right. And that's it done now. And now I'm applying it to the bauble. One small little Christmas tree to add, and that one is done. Next up is the fillable bauble for the mama. I use a cup just to keep the bauble steady, and I'll be using Hyperion top coat inside the bauble and using a gorgeous red. So I squirt some Hyperion inside of the bauble, and it's just a matter of going around making sure that every space is covered in there. And once that's done, you just set it upside down so that any excess can drip into the cup, and leave it 5 minutes or so, and then you can add the glitter. Then either go around that way to apply the glitter, and you can also I grabbed a piece of the backing tape, the transfer backing tape, and give it a good shake, and then make sure it gets everywhere. Once I'm happy with the coverage, I tip out the excess glitter that's in there, and then that will sit for 2 hours to dry. Once it's dried after the 2 hours, I pop the silver lid on and the super tricky hanger piece, and now it's time to add my decal onto the bauble. These can be tricky because of the shape, but there's a little trick there. I'll show that in a minute. So my decal has been layered. It's removing the backing sheet now, and then I first go down the middle, and then I grab my scissors and just cut out pieces so that each separate piece can lie down flat, and you just creating not so much tension in the transfer tape. And then go slowly over each section. I normally rip off each piece from the transfer tape, which happens quite easily if you made the cuts in there, and then that's done. Add it on the heart for the final touch, and we are finished. The final touch for each bauble is selecting a matching ribbon or tape, whatever you'd like to use to hang on the tree. And I'm going through my collection of ribbons and found some nice ones to match the bauble. So just tying it round, cutting off. I used my tweezers here to get through the small hole of the wood piece. It's super handy. And just cutting it off at the length that you would like for each decoration. I'm just tying a knot at the top there and cutting off any excess just to neaten it up. You could probably braise a bit, put some glue or something to stop it fraying. And the last thing to do for the acrylic bauble is remove the second sheet floating on the back there. Same process for the other two baubles, tying a knot at the top and cutting off any excess to make it look neat and tidy. So that's the baubles all done, and I'm looking forward to seeing these now on my niece's Christmas tree. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.